If it feels like absolutely, fundamentally, nothing is happening in your life right now, it is because you are being held in the sacred, intentional stillness the universe asks of you just before the great shift. This message is not an accident. It has found you for a reason, in this exact season of your life. It is a message for the soul that has been waiting in a quiet room, listening for a footstep that never seems to arrive. It is for the heart that has learned the geography of the space between what was and what is not yet. You know this silence. It is the heavy quiet of an empty nest, where the echoes of children's laughter have become ghosts in the hallway. It is the mechanical rhythm of a life that runs on autopilot. The same coffee, the same commute, the same tasks, a perfectly constructed cage of routine that once felt like safety and now feels like a slow fade to gray. You look at your hands, the hands that have held and fixed and carried and built so much for so long, and you wonder, what are they for now? This feeling, this pervasive sense that nothing is moving, that you have been forgotten by the current of life, is one of the most disorienting pains of a woman's second act. It is a spiritual drought. But I want to whisper a truth into that barren space, a truth your soul already knows, but your mind has forgotten. This stillness is not empty. It is not a punishment. It is a preparation. It is a holy ground. It is the universe giving you the sacred and terrifying gift of a blank page. And in this quiet space together, we will learn to read the invisible ink written upon it, to hear the whisper that is hidden within the silence, the sacred instruction for what comes next. What you are feeling is not an ending. It is a hallowed pause before the most important beginning of all. Your journey is sacred. If this message resonates with a truth in your own heart, honor it in the comments below. I am here to bear witness to your story. This stillness you are experiencing, this profound sense that the river of your life has slowed to a near standstill, is deeply misunderstood in a world that worships noise, speed, and constant production. We are taught that our worth is measured by our motion, by our accomplishments, by the fullness of our calendars, and the clamor of our responsibilities. And so, when the motion stops, when the calendar clears, when the responsibilities shift and lessen, a deep primal panic can set in. The silence doesn't feel like peace. It feels like failure. It feels like irrelevance. It feels like you are being left behind. Your heart cries out, "I'm still here. I still have so much to give. Why has everything gone quiet? Why is nothing happening?" Let us sit with that question, not as an accusation, but as a gentle inquiry. Let us hold it up to the light. The universe is not punishing you with this quiet. It is inviting you. It is clearing a space for you. For decades, your life has been a symphony of others' needs. The needs of your children, the needs of your partner, the demands of your career, the care for your aging parents. Your energy, your focus, your very life force has been a constant outward flow. You were the sun around which so many other planets joyfully orbited. But now, the universe, in its infinite wisdom and compassion, is calling that energy back. It is asking you to return home to yourself. This stillness is the front porch of that home. It is the quiet space where you are meant to sit for a while, to simply breathe, before you walk through the door to rediscover the woman who lives inside. Think of it as a fallow season for the soul. A farmer does not curse the field that lies resting under the winter snow. He knows that this period of inactivity is not emptiness. It is a vital part of the cycle. It is in this quiet, in this cold, in this seeming lifelessness, that the soil is regenerating. It is gathering nutrients, restoring its strength, preparing for the explosion of life that will come with the spring. You, dear soul, are in your sacred fallow season. The constant output of years has depleted your soil. The universe is now blanketing you in a quiet stillness so that you can regenerate, so that you can restore your own vital nutrients, so that you can prepare for the new seeds of purpose that are destined for your second act. The great shift that is coming for you is not a small adjustment. It is a fundamental change in the very landscape of your life. And a shift of that magnitude cannot happen in the middle of a storm. It cannot happen in the chaos of the old life. It requires a deep, foundational calm. It requires the stillness you are in right now. The pain you feel is the resistance to this process. It is the part of you that is still clinging to the old identity, the identity of the busy one, the needed one, the one in constant motion. And that is okay. It is natural to grieve the roles that gave you so much meaning. But this stillness is an invitation to find a new, more profound meaning. A meaning that is not derived from what you do for others, but from who you are at your core. So how do we begin to trust this process? How do we lean into the stillness instead of fighting it? We start by changing our perception. We begin to see this quiet not as an absence, but as a presence, a holy presence. We start to listen to the silence rather than trying to fill it. What is its texture? What is its sound? At first, it might sound like loneliness. It might sound like boredom. It might sound like the ticking of a clock, marking the passage of time you fear is being wasted. But if you stay with it, if you breathe into it, the quality of the silence begins to change. You start to hear other things. You hear the whisper of your own intuition, a voice that has been drowned out for years by the noise of obligation. You start to notice the small miracles you were too busy to see before. The way the afternoon sun slants across the living room floor, painting the dust motes in gold. The intricate, perfect geometry of a spider's web on the porch railing, glistening with dew. The taste of your morning tea when you have time to truly savor it, to feel its warmth spread through your body. These are not small things. These are the secret love notes the universe is leaving for you, reminding you that you are seen, that you are part of a living, breathing, beautiful world. This is the beginning of learning the language of stillness. It is a language of being, not doing. Have you felt this too? This subtle shift from agonizing quiet to a gentle hum of presence? Your heart knows this truth. This is the first sign that the shift is already underway. It doesn't begin with a lightning bolt or a grand announcement. It begins with a change in your inner landscape. It begins when you stop looking outside for validation and you start cultivating your own inner sanctuary. This period of nothing happening is your sacred training ground for this new way of being. The universe is teaching you to unhook your sense of self-worth from external achievements. It is teaching you to find contentment in the simple act of existence. It is teaching you to be your own companion, your own source of comfort, your own wise counsel. Because the woman you are becoming, the woman who will lead your second act, needs this solid foundation. She needs to be so deeply rooted in her own being that the winds of change cannot shake her. She needs to know, in her bones, that she is whole and worthy even when she is producing nothing, even when no one is applauding, even when she is simply sitting in the quiet, breathing. This is the true work of this season. It is the painstaking, invisible, and holy work of rebuilding your foundation from the bedrock of your soul. But let us be honest. This isn't the whole story. Not yet. There are days when this stillness feels less like a sanctuary and more like a prison. Days when the loneliness is a physical ache in your chest. Days when you scroll through the highlight reels of other people's lives and a bitter voice whispers, "Everyone is moving on but me." On those days, the temptation to force something to happen is immense. To frantically sign up for a class, to start a new project, to fill the silence with any noise you can find. This is the ego fighting back, terrified of being dissolved in the quiet. When this happens, be gentle with yourself. Acknowledge the fear. Acknowledge the pain. Place a hand on your heart and say, "I see you. I know this is hard. I know you are scared." And then, instead of running, invite that fear to sit with you in the stillness. Do not fight it. Do not try to fix it. Simply allow it to be there, like a storm cloud passing in the vast open sky of your awareness. You are the sky, not the cloud. This practice of allowing, of non-resistance, is the key that unlocks the deeper peace of the stillness. You are learning that you are strong enough to hold discomfort without being consumed by it. You are learning that your inner peace is not dependent on the absence of pain, but on your ability to hold that pain with compassion. This is a superpower. This is the alchemy that turns the lead of your pain into the gold of your wisdom. Think of a caterpillar in its chrysalis. From the outside, it appears that nothing is happening. It is a period of utter stillness, of suspended animation. But on the inside, a radical, violent, and miraculous transformation is taking place. The caterpillar is literally dissolving, its entire structure breaking down into an imaginal soup. It is a complete surrender of its old form. It is a messy, chaotic, and necessary undoing. And it must happen in the dark. It must happen in the quiet. It must happen in the confinement of the chrysalis. The caterpillar cannot rush this process. It cannot force the wings to grow faster. It must trust the unseen intelligence that is guiding its transformation. You are in the chrysalis. The life you once knew is dissolving. The roles, the identities, the certainties, they are all turning into that imaginal soup. And it feels like death. It feels like you are losing yourself. But you are not. You are becoming yourself. From this soup, the wings of your next chapter are being woven. The great shift is the moment you will emerge from this chrysalis, not as a more advanced caterpillar, but as something else entirely. A butterfly. With a new form, a new perspective, and the ability to fly in ways you could never have imagined before. So when the stillness feels unbearable, remember the chrysalis. Whisper to yourself, I am not stuck. I am transforming. This isn't just a hopeful platitude. It is the biological and spiritual truth of your current reality. You know another woman who is walking this same path in silence. Share this message with her, not just as a video, but as a quiet offering of understanding from one lighthouse to another. The universe asks this stillness of you because the great shift requires a different kind of energy. The energy of your first act was the energy of the sun, bright, powerful, outward-focused, giving light and heat to everything around you. It was an energy of doing. The energy of your second act is the energy of the moon, receptive, mysterious, inward-focused, governing the deep, unseen tides. It is an energy of being. You cannot access the power of the moon by trying to shine like the sun. This season of nothing happening is the cosmic twilight where you are learning to transition from sun energy to moon energy. It is a recalibration of your entire nervous system, of your entire spiritual, energetic body. This is why it can feel so disorienting, so tiring. You might find yourself needing more rest, more solitude, more quiet than ever before. Honor that need. It is not laziness. It is essential work. It is your body and soul adapting to a new frequency. It is the time for you to learn to receive. For so long, you have been the giver. Now you must learn to open your hands and your heart to receive the guidance, the wisdom, and the peace that the universe is pouring into you. This stillness is also a grand decluttering. Imagine your life is a house that you have lived in for 50 years. It is filled to the brim with furniture, memories, attachments, and possessions from every stage of your life. Now, imagine the universe wants to deliver a beautiful, new, perfect piece of furniture, a piece that represents your new purpose. But there is no room for it. The house is too full. Before the new can arrive, the old must be sorted through. The stillness you are in is the time the universe has given you to walk through the rooms of your own life, to look at the old beliefs, the old wounds, the old resentments, the old identities that are still taking up space. This is the closet work of the soul. It is the process of asking, does this still serve me? Does this still fit the woman I am becoming? Is this truly mine? Or is it something I inherited, something I took on to please someone else? This can be a painful and tedious process. It requires radical honesty. It means letting go of things that once brought you comfort, of identities that once brought you validation. It might mean acknowledging that a relationship has run its course, or that a dream you once held is no longer your own. But with every old belief you release, with every old wound you finally allow to heal, you create more space. You create a beautiful, open, sacred emptiness within you. And it is this sacred emptiness that becomes the vessel for your new purpose. The great shift cannot happen in a cluttered soul. The universe asks for stillness so that you can do the holy work of making space. If this touches you, stay with me. Because there is one final layer to this stillness that we must honor. It is the final test of faith. It is the moment when you have done the work, you have made the space, you have learned to listen to the quiet, and still, nothing seems to happen in the external world. This is the ultimate surrender. It is the universe asking, do you trust me even now? Do you trust my timing even when it makes no sense to you? Can you rest in the knowing that you are being guided, even when you see no visible path? This is the dark night of the soul that precedes the dawn. It is the final, deepest stillness before the first sprout pushes through the soil. It is the moment when your faith must move from your head to your bones. It is not about believing that something good will happen. It is about resting in the deep, unshakable peace of your own being, regardless of what happens. It is finding your true home in the center of your own soul, a home that no external circumstance can touch. When you arrive at this place of profound inner peace, when your happiness is no longer contingent on the great shift arriving, that is precisely when the door will open. That is when the first light of the new dawn will break upon the horizon. The final secret is this: the stillness itself is the destination. The peace you find within it is the treasure. The great shift is simply the beautiful, natural consequence of you finally coming home to yourself. And so now, let us enter the heart of the stillness together. Let us consecrate this time, this holy pause in your life. If you feel comfortable, I invite you to find a place where you can be undisturbed for a few moments. Settle into your chair. Allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. You can gently close your eyes or soften your gaze on a point in front of you. Let us take a breath together. A slow, deep breath in, filling your lungs with the grace of this present moment. And a long, slow breath out, releasing the fight, releasing the struggle, releasing the need to understand. Let these words wash over you, not as my words, but as an echo of your own soul's deepest prayer. Let them be a balm for the ache of waiting. Oh, divine presence, universe, God of my own heart, I come to you now from the center of this great quiet. I have been fighting this stillness. I have been railing against this silence. I have been terrified of this emptiness. My mind has called it purposeless. My fear has called it abandonment. My ego has called it failure. But here, now, in this moment of surrender, I choose to see it with new eyes. I choose to believe that I have not been forgotten. I choose to trust that I am being held, not stranded. I release the frantic need to fill the space. I release the timeline I have created for my life, the one that says I should be further along. I release the heavy burden of my old identities, the roles that I thought defined me. I lovingly, gratefully release the woman I was, so that I can make space for the woman I am becoming. I lay down my armor. I lay down my maps. I lay down my need to know the destination. I surrender. I surrender to the wisdom of this divine pause. I surrender to your timing, which is always perfect. I surrender to this sacred process of undoing, of becoming, of returning home. I open my heart to the language of silence. Help me to hear your whispers in the rustling of the leaves. Help me to see your love in the warmth of the sun on my skin. Help me to feel your guidance in the deep, intuitive knowings that rise up from within me. Forgive me for the times I have cursed this quiet. Forgive me for the times I have doubted your presence. Today, I choose to name this stillness a sanctuary. I choose to call this waiting a sacred preparation. I am a field, resting, regenerating, preparing for a harvest more beautiful than I can yet imagine. I am a chrysalis, held in the dark, trusting the miraculous transformation that is happening within me. I am not stuck. I am not lost. I am exactly where I need to be, and I am not alone. You are the silence, and you are in the silence. You are the peace that holds me. And so, from this place of surrender and trust, let us plant new seeds of truth in the fertile ground of your soul. Repeat these words, either silently in your heart or softly on your lips. Let them resonate in your bones. I am safe in this stillness. I am held in a loving embrace by the universe. My worth is inherent in my being, not in my doing. This quiet is a gift of restoration for my soul. I release the fear of being forgotten. I am seen. I release the fear of being irrelevant. My wisdom is needed. I am learning the sacred art of being. I am cultivating a deep and lasting peace within myself. My intuition is my trusted guide. I am learning to hear its voice. I am patiently and lovingly making space for the new. The woman I am becoming is wise, powerful, and free. The dissolution of my old life is the creation of my new one. I am a vessel being cleared and prepared for a divine purpose. I trust the timing of my life. I trust the unseen path that is unfolding before me. The great shift is not something I must chase. It is something that is emerging from within me. My soul knows the way. My only work is to be still and listen. I am worthy of this sacred pause. I am worthy of a second act filled with joy, purpose, and peace. I am whole. I am loved. I am becoming. All is well. Breathe that in. Let that truth settle into every cell of your body. The stillness has not defeated you. It has initiated you into a deeper, more profound relationship with yourself and with the divine. You are being remade in the quiet. You are being reborn. Slowly, gently, when you are ready, begin to bring your awareness back to the space around you. Feel the chair supporting you. Hear the gentle sounds of your environment. You can wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing a soft movement back into your body. And when you feel complete, you can open your eyes. Carry this peace with you. The stillness is not a temporary state you have visited. It is a sanctuary you have built within yourself. It is a wellspring you can return to, again and again. You now hold the key. The ache of nothing happens is the cry of the soul on the cusp of a profound awakening. You have answered that cry today by choosing to honor the quiet, by choosing to trust the process. The great shift is not a distant storm on the horizon. It is the quiet turning of the soil within you, right now. The feeling of stagnation was the feeling of the seed gathering all of its strength just before it breaks through the earth into the light. You have not been wasting time. You have been gathering strength. You have been coming home. Remember this. Hold it close. The universe has not forgotten you. It has been holding its breath with you, waiting for you to notice the miracle that you are. If your soul is calling for a consistent place of peace and remembrance, I invite you to subscribe and join our sanctuary. You don't have to walk this path alone. You are welcome here. May you trust the quiet. May you find your power in the pause. And may you feel the deep, unshakable love that is holding you through it all. You are seen. You are cherished. You are divine.